Welcome to Whips in the Dungeon 101.6. I'm excited because today we finally get to singletail. But for a brief moment, let's review where we've been. We started with the most common whip in the dungeon, a flogger. As we all know, adults learn quicker by applying experience that they've already acquired to the application to a new learning project. So since most people have most of their experience with floggers, we started with floggers. And we learned 4 techniques: the bow and arrow, the over the shoulder, the horizontal throw, and the forward figure 8. Trying to keep all 100 to 120 tails together. So if you can keep 120 tails together, you should be able to keep 9 tails together. We did the same 4 techniques with 9 tails. And if you can keep 9 tails together, you should be able to keep 2 tails together easier with a quirt. Same 4 techniques with the quirt. Bow and arrow, over the shoulder, horizontal, and of course the forward figure 8. So if we can keep 120 tails together, we should be able to keep 1 tail together with a single tail using similar techniques, okay? When we think of single tail in the scene, we think of a dog signal whip, usually a short whip, 3, 4, 5 foot long. But in my book and in my paradigm, I designate single tails as any tail that ends with 1 whip, because it has a single tail. So the very first single tail we're going to start with is a dragontail. The dragontail in its simplest form is a piece of leather that's been rolled around a handle, and really nice dragontails have a really nice handle and are made with extremely nice Italian leather. This one is adequate. We're going to use the same 4 techniques: bow and arrow, over the shoulder, horizontal, and forward figure 8. Now, because it's a single tail, you can actually get it to crack, and some of the cracks you'll recognize as we move over into throwing sport cracks, which is much later on. So that ends our first video on dragontail and singletail. And the key word today is pommel. The heel knot of the whip goes by several synonymous names. We could call it a Turk's head. We could call it a heel knot for the location of the knot being on the heel of the whip, or we could call it a pommel. Pommel's today's word.